Discord and just turn me down a hair. Probably like 5%, I'd say.
Ooh, it's tougher for me to do than I thought. Um,
You should be able to just click me and drag it.
oh, there it is. Yep. Go ahead, speak.
How's that? Is that a lot better?
Yeah.
That's better on the audio?
Yep.
Awesome. I guess while I'm yammering away, I'll bring us in. Welcome everybody to the Music City Grand Prix.
Heck yeah.
I'm James, and you know our awesome host, Jacob.
It's definitely the race that's been most anticipated for many, many a month now. So I'm excited. We should have a barn burner of a race here on tap for everyone. The last race under the Sylvania Cup banner, as everything's going to be transitioning to a full Sigma Cup in 2025. And yeah, we got James. He's actually coming at us live from Vegas, so he's pulling a little bit extra double duty there, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I'm out here for the Cup race this weekend, so. Who's your pick for this weekend, Jacob? Both for the Music City Grand Prix and the Cup race tomorrow.
I kind of feel like Larson's probably going to win Vegas. And MusicFest here tonight, I think, keep your eyes out on Eli the Wolf. He's going to be hungry like the Wolf to win this race. The true wild card, though, is all these new drivers that are making their series debut. We've got about 9 of them, 8 of them, 7 of them to be exact. In this list here, you got Cooper Dwight in 4th. He's making his first career Cup start. Ryan White in 5th, making his first career Cup start. Willow Blake, she's making her first. Jamie Horseman is making his first. Tasha making her first career start. Braden is making his second career start. Chase Kovacic making his first career, so that makes 6 so far. There was one more I could have swore. Oh, the guy that's sitting on front row right now, Heen Clutchoke, fastest in practice. This is his first career Cup start. So perhaps
Jacob, I think you meant to say at the end of practice.
Yeah, at the end of practice here.
Favor, just touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans.
So we'll see if that transitions over to qualifying here. Give some brief moments here for people to get filed in. Who would you say?
Let's just, yeah, I was gonna say, my pick, honestly, I liked him. I liked him for this one. He looked pretty strong in practice at the start of it. He looked decent in the middle.
Well, and at one
Seemed
point
like
it was
it
him
seemed
at the
like he had
top.
okay. Yeah, for a hot minute it was him at the top. So, I like him. I like Tyler Aspinall. I think that's a good pick too. If you want to go somebody a little deep, I really think Tasha might have a shot. She didn't look bad. She won our qualifier.
Right? Yeah, the LCQ last night, that was a statement race, a big moment in her young career here to get a win on a LCQ like that. I think she's learned very well through the truck series on the sprint qualifiers in the last few weeks that she's been able to learn a thing or two about making it through.
Well, and she, if it weren't for lap traffic, she would have made it in through the heat.
Right.
So
Man,
that definitely goes to show she has speed.
I think this goes to show you just how stacked our field is here. You look at the separation from first to last, it's about 1 second. And even the person last in practice has won a race this year. So that's that says something about the strength of field here today. And the first laps are in for qualifying here. They're about a second faster even under qualifying pace. Heen Clutchoke, fastest in practice, has converted that to pole position at the moment. I do believe they're going to run 2 laps here in qualifying, so we'll still give it a few moments here to let that last lap come through. But James, what do you see here in qualifying that sticks out to you?
Uh, Heen clutch choke at the top. That's what sticks out to me.
I do think Al Bunch in third there is going to be hungry
Oh,
to get
yeah.
another win. 3 in a row so far. Yeah, Clutchoke is an interesting case because he made it through the heats yesterday, and this is his. I mean, this is almost like SVG levels of unknown because he's never made any starts here in the Cup, but yet he's up front in qualifying here.
Well,
Evidently,
and
his
it's a decent bit quicker. The time show it's not that much. It doesn't look that much quicker, but let's be real. That's quite a bit quicker.
he's almost in the 52-second category, which
Yeah.
is that's
It,
blowing around this track. Yeah, there's a little bit more separation here in qualifying. There's about 1.5 seconds separating first to last, rather than 1 second that we saw in practice. Obviously, with 2 laps, it's kind of a little bit more being put in the pressure cooker. But other notables I can see here, you got the LFG teammates, 5th and 6th, Chaz Chadwick and Ewan What Army. Atlee Weiss, your 2023 champion, starting 8th. I think it's going to settle up here. I don't think we're going to see the next lap. We must have missed the first lap, and we're actually looking at the second lap here. Eli the Wolf qualifying 11th. Jamie Horseman, winner of Heat 1 yesterday, qualifies 12th. Guido Piano, your 2022 USA Trucks champion, starting 14th here today. Then you got Kovacic, Bradley Ream, he's in on his Bridge to Cup championship. Tasha Wright, midfield there in 20th. She's qualified better than Kellen Relic, who's had multiple wins this season. And just in a few more moments here, we're going to go through the field from the back and show everyone these very special paint schemes here.
Favor, just touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make sure you get everything like you want it.
Alrighty, so to no further ado, let's get this show on the road here. So, starting from the back half of the field, you're going to have the 78 of Cam Jordan featuring the Creed paint scheme. Starting alongside Alan Taylor in the Beach Boys, number 28. In front of that, last year's winner, Louis Trost, won the MusicFest Grand Prix last year, which was known as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame event in 2023. Starting deep in the field alongside Liz Shangle there in the Blues Traveler, number 67. It looks like the Shangle household pretty much holding up the backside of the track here as you got Monty Shangle in the Molly Hatchet number 38 and the Quiet Riot number 73 of Bella Fawn. Is this one of your first time seeing a few of these schemes, James?
A few of them, yeah. Okay, the Black Sabbath one is cool.
John Roman
That
there,
is.
alongside Taden Bergeron and the M&M car. We had 9 different painters, I guess 10 painters, including myself. And we wanted to give a shout out to today before the stream gets completely underway. And those that helped paint the cars, these two here you're looking at were painted by Vinewood Undead, otherwise known as Chaz Chadwick and Ewan What Army on our server. You've got the Toby Keith tribute car there, honoring the late great Toby Keith. That is Chris Harvey for the number 12 LFG Motorsports entry. And you got Kara Shangle here in the Arctic Monkeys number 21. The 05.
That's kind of cool.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Your 2010 champion, Sylvania Cup Series, Dalton Scott, number 05 Audi, alongside Tyler Landa in the Jelly Roll number 7. Then Ant Me Person, who came through the sprint qualifiers last night, starting alongside the 50 of Tim Cording. So Tim's going to have to come from mid-pack here, featuring Cade Thompson as his music sponsor. And now we're on to Racing Miku, Lynn Farrell in the number 63 Dodge Challenger, alongside the 90 of Kyler Sustre for Hosier. Braden Varga featuring Buzz 72 Plus or 7 Plus 2. I'd have to verify that, but it's that's his scheme for the race. Alongside Andre Stefan in the Coldplay number 56.
I think the Coldplay one.
And so another painter that helped with this was Cooper Dwight. I mistakenly said Dwight Cooper the other night. His actual name is Cooper Dwight, so don't want to get that one mixed up. But he painted this scheme. The Men I Trust, I believe, is a Canadian band. I could be wrong. Alongside the 26 Slim Borgood, who is an F1 driver, drummer in his own, kind of played as a touring drummer with ABBA. Mac Miller, Kellen Relic, number 87, Braden Hunt, 33. And then Tasha, she painted her own ride here. That is the Ink Spots, number 30. Take a brief moment here and make sure that the race ain't going to start without us. Gotta pause it. I caught it just right. So that is another one of our painters with Tasha building her own scheme. Chris,
I had asked a second ago. I don't know if you heard me. Who painted the Coldplay one?
me. I ended up
Oh, you did?
that one.
That was cool.
And then this Godsmack entry was actually painted by Chris K. Green, since left the server, but gonna keep the car alive here for the race under pilot of Ryan White. Bradley Ream painted his own car here. That is the Metallica entry. Your 2024 Bridge to Cup champion, Bradley Ream, gonna be running that car, starting at a decent spot up towards the front half of the field, it looks like. Alongside Chase Kovacic, one of your heat winners from last night. That's a Vinewood Undead paint scheme. Then my brother, Tyler Shangle, the winningest driver in Sylvania Cup history, featuring Bandmade as his paint scheme there.
How many wins does he have?
36 and counting.
Hmm.
And I'm just behind that at about 30, so. Trevor Walker in the Royal Blood 22, another Vinewood Undead scheme. Cold Chisel, Nate Newman in the Toyota TRD Motorsports Supra. Soon to be Toyota Gazoo Racing, I'm assuming, knowing what's been going down in real life lately. Then Guido Piano in the Dragon Force number 37. Jammy Horseman with inspiration from Eli Productions 49. That is a scheme that he had kind of created on his own, and I tried to recreate it for our series here. Eli the Wolf in the number 94 9-inch nails. Then
It
you've
looks like
got,
it moves. The words look like they move a little bit
yeah, with the
on the
tie-dye.
no, the on the 79.
Oh, yeah, I like how clever I was when I was doing this. The series we race for, this car needs some sponsors. This is where the jack goes. The driver's name is Jammy Horseman, and obviously it's a play on their album. This is an album by the Black Keys. The name of this album is Brothers. And you like how I added that touch, the grill with an E at the end, like it's
Nice.
European, because it's a
Yeah.
Jaguar. So next row you've got Tristan Reams and Jacob Shangle. In front of that you've got Atlee Weiss and Tyler Aspinall. Aspinall contributed his painting to that very car that you see right there. Ewan What Army and Chaz Chadwick. Brian DeBlank painted his own car here alongside the 81 of Al Bunch in the Limp Biscuit paint scheme. And then front row, one of, I think, the coolest paint schemes, your actual winner of the fan vote, it's Willow Blake on the front row alongside Heen Clutchoak. That is hands down the coolest scheme, and that was built by Cooper Dwight. He gets to have two of his paint schemes in the main event here. There were a few other folks that missed out on the race. Braden Varga did paint his own entry. I didn't mention that earlier. And the only one that failed to make the race that had a paint scheme was Rich Roy, where he almost made it, just came up short in the heat races yesterday. So, to no further ado, we're a little bit behind schedule, but that's okay because we took the time to go through and see just all of these pretty awesome paint schemes that I figured we need to at least give a little bit more recognition because we put so much time into it here getting ready for this race this weekend. So
3, 2, 1. Gentlemen, start your engine.
at the conclusion of today's race, there is going to be, there's an announcement at least in the works for today, and that's about all I'll hint at. So hopefully, hopefully someone in this race can have a great race here tonight and have that that extra, you know, step, that little pep in the step for their announcement. So they're getting ready to go, green flag waving, and we're off and rolling. So, I don't know if you've been in the loop on it, but Sigma officials stepped in and effectively neutered the Jaguars. Had you heard about that, James?
I had heard about that a little bit. I wasn't sure what that was all about.
So, for a little bit more clarity, the Jaguars, since there's really only two of them, I mean, there's a couple extra here today that they were able to get some extra bodies painted up for this race. They had adjustments they could make to the Jaguar body that no other team had, you know, that adjustment, you know, they couldn't make those adjustments. And so Sigma officials deemed that as an unfair advantage. They had never caught it until recently, where Al Bunch had won the last 3 races, and it kind of stuck out to him that there's something we got to figure out what they're doing. And instead of, yeah, I mean, it's gonna have to, you'd have to add to every car. So instead of adding something to every car, they just took it away. And I think you're kind of seeing that early on here, but honestly, it's probably gonna be very minute in the effects that it's gonna have on these Jaguars, because they're still super stout. But they're gonna be on a little bit more even playing field here, it seems. You know, it's a year when you're so dominant that they actually have to find fault.
Yeah, you know you're truly dominant when they have to find something to fine you for.
And Sigma officials even stated, it's like, there's nothing that they did wrong, because they were playing by the rule book. Their car had extra mechanics that the others didn't have, and they were just utilizing those mechanics to, you know, to their advantage. And so without those advantages, we're gonna see just what happens in these last 6 races of 2024. Al Bunch set the single season record this year at 12 wins. 12 or 13, I'd have to double check that again.
What's that put him at? That puts him at, like, what, 18 wins total?
Yeah, between
In Cup?
here and last year, he's probably sitting at least 15 plus. Actually, he had 0 wins in his rookie season. It was a rough rookie year, where he ended up finishing, Lufty, where did he finish in the points? 38th with 0 wins in 2023. So if you look to this year, 2024, your points leader, yeah, 12 wins on the season, but he should have had it.
That brings up a lot of questions. When you have that kind of year for your first year, and then your next year you blow everybody, you're starting to blow everybody out of the water like that. You know they had a microscope on them.
Right.
Right about the 5th win.
They figured out finally what was the advantage. It took them a long enough time to figure out that advantage 12 wins later, you know? He's catching up here to Willow Blake. We'll see if he's got anything for her. She's led every lap so far, going on 6 laps led. This is going to be a statement race for her as well. If she's going to be able to duke it out with Al Bunch for the win.
She could make a big jump next year if she wins this.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no.
Recording.
What happened to Tim? Already?
So we had an early accident that we missed. Lap 1. Turn 1.
No. I don't like where this is going.
Oh, no, he got
Yeah.
turned.
Right into the barrier.
That's 13 of Ant Me Person, and bam, lawn darted into the tire barrier there. Well, shoot, that that goes your pick for the race, unfortunately.
Well, still got Tasha, so.
Right? Well, I didn't mean it like right.
No.
Right. How clever. Still got Tasha Wright in there, so.
Yeah.
Where is she at? Yeah, she's making
19. She's moved up a couple spots. 20th. She's sitting right where she started. But it's a long race. She's definitely learned to pace herself from those truck races. Well, and you gotta imagine you have to learn to really, really pace yourself in those qualifiers.
Yeah, you don't want to use your stuff up. That's for sure.
I think that's the one thing she had to figure out before being able to consistently make the field in the truck series was, how do I save my stuff? Like, because you figure she didn't have a lot of time to figure that out before having to take the hiatus.
Right, and that's like the basic essentials for any racer. You got to figure out, you know, how to conserve and save your stuff. And that's honestly the winning method right there. If you can save your stuff, you'll be able to win many races, because so many other people are going to burn their tires, waste their equipment trying to win. The smart one is the guy that sits back, or the gal, and just waits for the race to come to them. And then you think about it, that's kind of where this 1 in a million situation that we've had with Al Bunch, where he's just dominated and led so many laps this year, kind of plays contrary to that statement. Either you conserve your stuff and wait for the race to come to you, or you just keep your foot glued to the floor and not
you go
let
get it.
anyone by. So it kind of comes down to driver style too. If you've got, and maybe even equipment, you know, obviously not everyone's in a Jaguar this year.
Well, and it's looking like Willow Blake is starting to have a little bit better long run, or at least medium run.
Well, and I'm seeing, I think Al Bunch catches her in certain segments of the track here, and then she finds some spots on the track where she's got the advantage. So that kind of factors in as well. This track, I am so excited that we put on great racing yesterday, and only gave me more motivation that today's race was going to be something special. So,
And honestly, even the exhibition race at Orem Park was a lot of fun to watch unfold when I was recording it.
That was a spectacle to have modifieds racing around a road course. I mean, that's one of the fun things about these
Especially
games.
in Australian road course.
Yeah.
let's add that in there. An Australian road course, like, well, and anybody watching this back later is gonna, and that's actually involved in modifieds or excited about it, is gonna be super disappointed that we almost had Bathurst instead. But I decided that was too long, and there really wasn't a lot of racing going on in the test race that I had.
That's kind of where I decided upon this track that we have here in Queensland, Australia. It's only 1.4, like 97 miles in length, which is short by road course standards. But it's because of that. It's like a short track road course. It's kind of bump and bang and you know, rough and tumble here. We saw in heat number 1 last night where it was Rich Roy. He was fighting for a transfer. He was running in 4th, and he ended up getting turned by Cooper Dwight. Dwight, who was running in 5th, wanted to get to the front of the field and transfer. Well, go figure, Cooper Dwight, who was using his chrome bumper, ended up qualifying through that heat race after the, you know, spinning out one of his contenders.
That was close. It either looked really close, or it just
kind of ratcheted out.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but he was definitely on her bumper.
Whoa, and he tried to make a move there. This is what I was talking about, though. The racing action here is top class.
It's spectacular. Laps are kind of clicking by. We're already on lap 11.
Yeah, no, this track, what I'm planning on doing, we're going to probably rotate tracks each year for this MusicFest Grand Prix. But this track is going to fall back on the schedule again next year as a standard points-paying race somewhere else throughout the schedule. So I have not finalized 2025 schedules yet, and some announcements may or may not affect how I finalize that schedule, but yeah, we would definitely see this track back on the calendar. Also, another little side note here, I wanted to give praise here to Brian DeBlank. This guy, for whatever reason, has these road courses wired. We haven't really been able to give him credit where credit is due, but I think today's that day that we give him credit. He is truly a road course ringer in this series. I bet you remember kind of him climbing up the ladder, right, James? How much he's had success. And
Oh yeah,
it's been on road courses all the time, it seems
yeah.
like.
He always has success at road courses. His luck on ovals is a little mired, but it's not bad. It's not good either. But his luck definitely is more in tune with the road courses. He's definitely got these figured out a little bit better.
And I think one of the things that helps is being in this Audi. Audi kind of wants to go out on a high note here with potential victory looming. You got Audi, a pair of Toyotas, and a Jaguar in your top 4. Then you got a couple more Hondas not too far back. The LFG teammates, Chaz Chadwick and Ewan Woodarmy, Tyler Aspinall, Jacob Shangle. This guy right here was our road course ringer from last year. I think he ended up with 6 road course wins last year. So it's been a struggle in that Mercedes. You'd think that the Mercedes would be a good fit for these road courses. And that was actually where the move kind of materialized for him to go to Mercedes when they saw how strong he was on road courses. This is the swan song for Mercedes here in the Sylvania Cup, soon to be Sigma Cup, which I'm sure you kind of have some intel on why that would be, right, James?
What's that? Mercedes leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's kind of along the lines of the modifieds a little bit. We're going to have a bit of what I'm starting to refer to as background series with sports cars.
Let me interlude real quick, sorry. I just wanted to say, obviously there's not going to be a Mercedes on a modified, but it just this kind of segued into, yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah. I was about to get there. That it's gonna be a sports car series. Jacob and I are kind of dabbling with some sports car series ideas. They're not anything that's going to be super consistent right away. It's kind of just what's going on in the world of Sigma in the background kind of thing that people can join, that there will be races run and streamed. They'll be over on my channel.
Just kind of special events
it'll be
streamed and whatnot.
Yeah. And if I have time, if I have a day where I'm like, I'm not doing anything and I have nothing better to do, I'll stream something special. Just it's not gonna be every event of the season is streamed. However, there will be results posted and updates and things like that. And like to quickly, before we get into the battle, holy crap, this is tight. I think he's gonna get her at the end of the straight here.
Well, Al Bunch leads that lap there. Willow not giving up as much on the outside.
Yeah, oh yeah, he had a big run on the outside there,
but she just
or on her right there.
didn't have enough to keep him behind her.
Yeah, that was a big run. I knew when they came off the corner that it was going to be something good coming to the corner. I wasn't sure whether they were going to mess each other up or it was going to be an amicable fight.
Well, I, for one, am impressed with Willow Blake because she led in her first ever Cup start. Her first 18 laps career-wise were lead laps. So that is a statistic that
Things like that can warrant a chance at a part-time spot.
I mean, that stat stays forever with you. Your first 18 laps of your career were leading a field of very, very, you know, professional, very strong Cup drivers.
Very
so,
stout field.
Yeah. So, nope, that's just one little chapter in the book here today. Looks like DeBlanc may be fighting here with clutch choke. So, but yeah, with
Definitely fighting him.
With the Mercedes side of things too, I mean, obviously we're trying to slim down on manufacturers here on our Cup Series, and
that's also why we kind of want background. We have me doing slight background series that are gonna have the other manufacturers and stuff, because there's some things NR just can't do.
And then iRacing
right now.
do, which is
iRacing can do. Like, I can run a series that actually has Mercedes and things like that.
So yeah,
and
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna add the Dark Horse thing that we were talking about. I was kind of promoting it to get some eyes on it because it sounds like it's gonna be streamed or something.
Yeah.
So, there's a series in real life right now that's going to be starting next year, and it's an IMSA series, sanctioned series, with the Ford Dark Horse. It's going to be only on road courses, which I think is a little silly, especially when they have the Dark Horse in everything. Why not have a series? If you're going to do a series with just the Dark Horse, why not throw in a couple ovals? Might be fun. You never know.
So that's where we can come in and kind of throw in ovals on.
Yeah, and have a little bit longer of a schedule, and you know, have some fun with it. But to go back to something you were talking about earlier about moving around the Music City Grand Prix and stuff, I was thinking. I had the same thoughts you were about Oran Park while I was recording. I was like, this is kind of a fun track. It kind of fits my criteria, and I kind of want to put it on the schedule. So, and I was also thinking that instead of having the round that follows the Music City Grand Prix be for points, why not let it be an exhibition and allow people to sign up, have a few heats, you know, have a little fun with it once a year.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Make our Music City Grand Prix weekend a little bit more grand, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's kind of where I've settled
Grand Prix
on.
always needs to support. Grand Prix always needs to support. Needs support events.
Right. So yeah, if anything, we can maybe find tracks that line up with iRacing and NR2003, so we can do like a iRacing to NR2003 kind of event week. So yeah, I have not.
I'm worried it might be jarring for some, but I feel like for others it might be a very interesting thing where our main thing is NR, but the iRacing helps solidify the rest of the world.
True. And ties up loose ends that you might be missing just having NR2003 on as the the main course.
Well, because like I think you'll agree with me. You've probably looked at a few yourself. The like sports car mods that are available for NR.
Yeah.
They're not that great. There's a few of them that are okay. Like if you wanted to do like a DTM series or something, but they're not that great.
Well,
But
another
that's
thing,
where iRacing comes in a little bit, like you said earlier, and we can have those series and have them look very nice and polished.
and another thing that comes to mind for me is NR2003 does not have a Legends mod.
No,
And
it does not.
how many times do you see legend cars being a support class for just about everything? I mean,
Well, and honestly, I had a series in mind that I don't think would do well if I made it an actual league, because it would take a ton of work to like test, like spec test a little bit. But if you just throw a bunch of AI together and you spec test their ratings, that's a little easier.
right?
Is a just true 4-cylinder series. Oh, we got our first Brian DeBlanc, our first pit road taker.
Okay, so I think that the AI are playing a strategy game here. Very
Yeah, because
weird.
Jacob and I checked everything before we got started today. We're ahead of the game this time.
So they should be able to go 65 laps, I would say, on average.
Yeah, so this is just weird AI being strategic. Nobody can see it, but I hope it was implied there were air quotes there. Because we are only on lap 24. That's not even halfway through the run, unless the tires get worn out sooner.
Well, and that's where, I mean, road course racing has always had a soft spot in my heart because of strategy. And one of the reasons why I wanted this MusicFest race, because they turn into being almost a wild card like super speedway races do. And I think NR does it better than a super speedway race because you get these weird strategy calls. It's like someone will pit, they'll come out on fresh tires, and your leader on old tires is wasting his time while those folks that pitted are out there putting down quick laps. Willow Blake lost the lead, and perhaps maybe she realized that she didn't have quite the pace to stay up there with Al Bunch, so this was the next move
Well,
that
hold on. Can we go back to Willow Blake's last lap before she went in real quick?
Looks like everyone's gonna follow suit, just like any team strategist. They'll say, come in after that person pits because it turns into a game of chess at that point. So her last lap was a 55.5.
Well, I wasn't worried about the time. I want to see where is third to her with on her that lap. Okay, so yeah, she was the one that made the call to come in. She kicked it all off.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's what I was curious about, was who really kicked off the pit cycle then? Because if Willow Blake also came in, that means Willow Blake kicked it off. And BK was just answering. And that meant everybody else had to answer as well. Or at least try if they felt now was the time.
Well, and pitting at lap 24 is really on the undercut side of things, because if they go a true 66 laps, 24 plus 66 plus 66, that'll get them to lap 156 without any cautions. So that almost turns it into a 3-stop race. Al Bunch staying out as long as he is right here. He can make it on 2 more stops. So perhaps the strategy is to get out there with fresh tires and spend more time on fresh tires. Sometimes strategy bites you in the butt. We'll see how it works.
Jacob, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Never mind.
All in the meantime, Al Bunch still out leading.
Sorry, my stepfather called. My mom was with my grandma and grandpa, and they were looking for him. They thought they were back at the room, so I was gonna go check the room for them. Because we got 2 rooms, so I was gonna go. He was curious if I could go check on him, but my mom found him.
Wow, Jamie Horseman up into the top 10. We're gonna exit her off pit road. It's gonna get a little dicey there. Tasha nearly
I was just
up. Yeah, go ahead.
up to the top 10.
Yeah.
Nearly up to the top 10, yeah. I was just about to say that 73 made it super tight coming out.
And honestly, this, strategy stuff, that is how Louis Trost won this race last year. Everyone else was pitting. We thought some drivers were going to run out of fuel in the last laps, and Louis Trost was able to stay out there and snatch the win.
Why does the Pearl Jam car feel like some sort of Kevin Harvick throwback?
Wasn't intentional, but it maybe just the 29 gives off that vibe.
I think it does. Something about the white, the black, and the red makes it feel that way.
Well, yeah, with the white and the red especially, you know what? Like his first car, basically.
Oh, yeah. Kinda.
Yeah, and the yellow numbers don't really mesh to the original, but his rookie season car had all 3 of those colors. So, yeah, I can see that 1,000%. Well, it doesn't look like everyone has decided to pit.
Nah.
Blank's one of the top drivers on that strategy right now. What happened to Willow Blake? Did she? Oh no.
Oh, no. No. We're good. We're fine. We're fine.
Well, we got to see exactly how she got
Yeah,
into this
got there.
predicament. She went off into the kitty litter. No. And once she got in the kitty litter, it was just, oh no.
Oh, no, here we go. Uh-oh. We probably should have thrown the caution.
Hooks Liz Shangle there.
Yeah, we probably should have thrown the caution there.
Yeah, oh well. I'm
Oh, well.
sorry for Willow Blake. That's going to be a bit of a tough break
That's
there.
gonna hurt.
She ends up losing another lap.
See, that's kind of another thing about iRacing. The caution system is just a touch better than that on the road courses.
Wow. What a save, though. I
Oh,
mean, getting
yeah.
back on track without
Who was
colliding.
that just like barely missed? That gray. Oh, it's 7.
Oh, that'd be Tyler Landon, the Jelly
Yeah,
Roll
he
number
just
7.
barely missed.
Yeah, he had to swerve way high. Look at, he had to get into the grass to get around.
We're lucky he didn't just lose it into him too.
Well, now Willow Blake back with the squirrels here. She's
Wasting
got
no
her
time trying to get through him though.
work cut out for her here. Team Clutcho down pit road now on lap 31. Al Bunch still your leader. I'll be right back.
Sure, it's Dalton Scott fighting with our leader to trying not to go a lap down. Having fresh tires.
Oh wow, I come back in a little bit
Yeah,
of.
oh, yeah, we might want it, depending on how long that car was wandering around. How long was that lumbering around our track?
Oh man,
Oh
and Eli the
boy.
Wolf was running in 6th.
Fifth. Has to be something in front of him.
Of course, better caution is gonna make this thing.
I was gonna.
I went ahead and unplugged my stream deck here, hoping. Oh wow.
Oh, just got dumped into it by the 38 of
38.
Monty Shangle. I was gonna say I don't think we're gonna. I was gonna say I thought, why don't we leave better cautions off until we know if it's gonna actually be needed? Because I feel like we want those frames back.
Yeah. No, that makes.
I feel like the
50s.
frames are better than the caution problems.
50. Okay. Well, no more stream deck either. It's gonna probably stay at about 30 frames a second now.
It's gonna take a minute to catch up, but
So heartbreak for Eli the Wolf here.
yeah.
From 5th place. Man, he's been great on these Crown Jewel races this year. Almost looked like he kind of got loose or something.
I don't know, man. That looked like Monty just drove. He
Maybe
said, "I
took
don't know
the
what you're
air off.
doing, Eli," but
Wow, bam.
actually, yeah, it does kind of look like he like broke loose for a second. Like,
He tried to too sharp of a left-hander there, and there was no room. So of course this mixes up our strategy again. Leaders, looks like Al Bunch is going to take this opportunity to pit. Go ahead and wave around some folks. '54 Willow Blake with a damaged wheel, so luckily for her, this caution came at the right time to save her.
Oh crap, they're green, dude.
I know, that's
You're waving nobody, buddy.
something happened to Jacob in the 64
Oh no.
from 4th. Fighting with the 55 of what army, maybe? Brady Hunt out front of him in 3rd.
Did he just
4th?
blow up?
We have a pit road bug.
Maybe?
No, what the
No,
hell?
no. Oh. Did he just get stuck on pit road? Just skip ahead and see if he left.
Pit road drama. There's no damage though. How did I get the damage? Oh, no.
Oh,
That doesn't happen often. I mean, we just
victim.
gotta chalk that up to
Victim.
Atlee went
You were a
ahead
victim.
and just trapped me in. Oh, and I got right into Aspinall
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Damn. Talk about bad luck.
And then just leaves. Just leaves.
That's where better cautions would have been nice to have enabled there, but
Yup.
oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I feel like that's, I don't know.
It don't
I
happen.
feel like that's sometimes. I feel like sometimes that's part of the charm with NR though.
Yeah.
Where it's like, why? Why did you do that? Because we both know he just carried on to his own pit stall. He pinned you in there,
Atlee's still
wrecked
running
you,
13th,
and then
so.
and then went back to his pit stall.
Well, we can chalk that up as a funny story for future experiences.
Like that. This goes back to the Dodge Raceway.
Not many people can say that they got trapped on pit road by Atlee Weiss, so
Yeah, exactly.
I can have that as an honorary badge. Okay, yeah, things are kind of back to normal. At least Willow Blake has a shot here to get
See,
one of
and
her
sometimes I
laps
feel
back.
like better cautions tell them to be less aggressive.
True.
I feel like sometimes it feels that way, where it's like they don't get racy for some reason, but like the minute you turn off better cautions, they're like cats and dogs at it.
Right.
Because again, this goes back to something we said a few months ago. You know, the whole papyrus is iRacing thing. Like the code's there.
True.
So it's a given that they might act a little like the iRacing one.
True. Yeah.
They don't have everything. They don't have the super smarts that the iRacing ones have, but they have enough for good racing. I feel like they get better. They're more aggressive. They're better at being aggressive in funny ways.
And like you said, charming obviously gives us a different angle.
It's that juvenile aggression.
Yeah.
Whereas iRacing is that like prim and proper racer, you know? Like back in its day, yeah. Like NR was the best racer around. But
well, and Al Bunch could vouch for that in a lot of ways this year, as he's been leader in so many races, but in a situation like this, lap traffic has taken him out of a win. Where
right, and something silly could happen again, and he can get right back in it.
I mean, yeah, look at, he could get into an accident here with the 13.
What you're doing?
I'm back out 3 laps down, so maybe
You
4
just
laps.
swung it down the inside back there. Or down the left of all 3 of them.
See, I'm still turning 55-second laps even with a crumpled nose, so I'm gonna need a caution to get back into this one, but down, maybe not out. Welcome aboard, Atlee. Since you tuned in,
Oh,
here,
Batley.
let me give you a quick recap on what just happened on pit road specifically.
What did I say? What did I say? What did
About
I tell? Oh
about
my
what?
god. His pit stall was right in front of you. He just he did that for no reason. No reason at all.
He got gas too. He actually took his pit stop and kept on going.
What did I say? He murdered
Bam.
he killed you
He
and
got
then he left.
and then
He said,
drives
"Oh,
right
you're
off.
leaving." He said, "Oh, you're leaving your pit box? That's nice. I'm coming in." You're like, "Wait, what? You should wait. You should wait. You should wait. You should wait."
Wait for what?
Yeah, wait for what? Me to leave. Or at least back up so you can get in.
That's crazy, dude. I mean, yeah, that's NR. That's
That's an hour for you.
the best thing about it. Jammy Horseman still alive in the fight here today. That's gonna be an interesting one if he could pull it off.
I'm not gonna lie. You know what makes me think, like, reminds me of the whole papyrus is, I'm watching these guys just sling it through the corner, like almost sideways, because it's kind of rubbery now, and it definitely it reminds me of the modified race.
Yeah.
And like, there was a point where they were just towards the end where they're just drifting the corner, almost.
Yeah, I wish that this game had come out at least maybe 10, 15 years later, so the graphics would have been just that notch, you know, above what it is. Because you could do so much more.
I feel like some of the noses we have for our cars are very, very good with this body. Others, they're okay.
Well, what I was thinking is the wheels. You don't really see wheel animations. They're on a solid body. You might turn, but those wheels never turn left or right, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Whereas with iRacing, you can see them turning.
Yeah, you can
Like
see
you
every...
can, I was watching them during the race, and they were wheeling those things. Like, these guys were not taking it easy. They were just hauling the mail
Right?
in these modifieds. When you get a chance to watch it all the way through, Jacob, I want you to watch their hands and
I
how
think
much they're just
through the cockpit,
wheeling
you
that
can
thing.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, something just occurred to me. We obviously laid down the commentator's jinx today. Remember who
Oh
you,
yeah, absolutely.
who you predicted to win the race?
Yeah, that was my second pick. She was one of my picks too.
Well, no. Well, Will Blake's still alive. I wouldn't say she's out of it, but I want to look at the bottom 3 right there.
She's pretty
2
hurt.
of which you picked Tim
Yeah.
Cording to win. Obviously, 42nd, where he's going to finish today. And I had Eli the Wolf picked to be the winner. Eli the Wolf out in 40th after getting turned by Monty Shangles. So, yeah, no, commentating, it gets to be tough when you start, you know, picking your horses and stuff. And
Especially
now,
this early. Makes you not want to talk about things.
no, now they're going to have a vendetta against us for picking them to win the race. like, yeah, it's nice and all that you guys have confidence in me, but please don't pick me again. The low-hanging...
That's like the last few times. That's like the last few times I've been on the stream when Tasha's been doing well. She's either she blew the engine the last time, or I guess she just lost a couple cylinders the last time.
She's still running 24th here today, so on the lead lap, that's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters at this point. We're just about a quarter away through this mess, so. What is the quarter way? Or I guess it'd be a third of the waypoint.
Yeah, we're
Instead.
at about 1/3. We were at the quarter mark at lap 40 of 60. So lap
Thank you.
80 will be halfway. 120 will be 3/4. So we still got a lot of racing here. At least our caution was pretty punctuated, really quick and to the point. This is getting scary though with Al Bunch out to this big of a lead. Yeah, he's turning 54.6 lap times. Fastest lap though was a 53.994 by Nate Newman. He's off to a demanding lead. Braden Hunt now up to second, fighting for second at least on Tristan Reeves. Second place now belongs to Braden Hunt. Well, not so quickly though. Actually kind of crazy that we had a caution there and no one got caught up. The whole field kind of stayed separated all the way throughout. It's kind of like F1, I guess, if you have a, what do you call it? What do they call those? Not a full course caution, but rather a,
Virtual caution.
Support car, not support car.
Virtual.
Oh, virtual safety car. Yeah, where everyone has
hey,
to
I'll be right
maintain.
back.
Okay. Yeah, so we basically had our own Formula One-esque virtual safety car where everyone kind of kept their advantage over the other driver. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! And they might just try to wreck Monty on the receiving end this time rather than the delivering end. That must have been a pretty hard hit to crumple up the back bumper. Wow, the 78 just did not slow up in time, clipping the 38 of Monty. Now we've got one hell of a traffic jam here. Dang it. Well, there goes my production value. I didn't want. Okay. Should be alright. Wow, Braden Varga running 6th. He's trying to stay alive for Rookie of the Year status in 2025. He's minimized and limited his starts here towards the end of the season. Definitely had this race scheduled on his calendar, did not want to miss it. Top 10 run from Braden Vargas so far. We'll see a lot more out of Varga in 2025 in this Cup Series. Dean Clutchoke in his Cup Series debut here. Top 5 run for him so far. You cannot complain about that run at all. It's a great start to your young Cup Series career here. We got Braden Hunt.
Absolutely. Well, and we gotta remember, correct me if I am wrong, Jacob, but we have had people just from last year's Music City Grand Prix that got a chance in Cup because of how well they did in the Music City Grand Prix.
Yeah.
They were people that missed the cut for the Bridge to Cup draft, that were in trucks or making their first start in general last year, that they did really well in the Music City Grand Prix last year and got a chance to come either be full-time in Cup or at least get a part-time chance somewhere.
Well, and that's the transition of things, you know. Once you've shown your stuff, getting the call up here, this one's a little bit more relaxed, giving a lot more people a chance to hop into a Cup car, and it goes to show you just how big of a transition it is for some folks. Hopping into this Cup car it's no easy feat to figure these cars out, but when you do, you get a shot at racing them. You don't waste that opportunity, because it could be, an opportunity for future at least attempts or starts in the Cup Series. Al Bunch had his first full season was last year. His rookie campaign was lackluster, to say the least. And so found a different opportunity to go race for Jaguar, and it's been a tale of 2 different years here for that 81.
Well, and I think there's one driver that's unfortunately dead last in the field right now that is walking away from Cup because he's feeling like, I like it up here, yeah, it's great, but I'm not very good here. In Tim Cording, that is stepping away from the Cup Series to just run trucks next year.
Right.
Because he and his brother talked about it and realized that if things are gonna completely work and function, one of them needs to focus on one thing and the other needs to focus on another. And that's how they need to work together. And when they came back, they decided to give Tim the chance to run up here, because they thought he might do better, and they've realized that maybe that's not the case. So that's why Tom's coming up to Cup next year full time for the team, and like I said, Tim's going down to run trucks because he's like, I've had my fun up here, but I'm very good.
Well, and that's where it's nice to have a family that you can do, I guess you could almost say experiments like that to figure out which pieces fit where. And for the Courting family, they'll have Tim in the trucks, Tom in the Cup, Taylor Courting in ARCA, and perhaps we might see a Courting in Bridge to Cup. Is that been, I guess, communicated or figured out, or what do you know on
Not
the
yet.
Courting side?
No Courting's coming to Bridge to Cup this year.
Okay.
Just the extra um in ARCA.
Okay.
Talks of maybe Tasha getting called up. But nothing confirmed yet. It's
Well,
kind
we're
of dependent on how the rest of the season goes with the new Trix sponsorship and if Trix is willing to extend their sponsorship for both a split campaign in trucks and a full-time effort in Bridge to Cup.
Gotcha. Well, looks like some more pit strategy going on. It looks like maybe Braden Hunt might have pitted. I don't see him running in second anymore. So some folks making pit stops here. Yeah, there's a long trail of them down pit road.
Well, we are, weirdly enough, at the point where if everybody pitted for tires at 24, they probably figured they could stretch to 60 on no fuel. Or on just getting tire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, plus maybe a lap 128 on the last pit stop, which would be
Pretty close to making it to the end there,
yeah,
depending on
32.
how you make it work. Because like we said towards the beginning of the broadcast, they can make it 66 laps on fuel. So, and it wouldn't be a stretch to say that
Oh,
our
okay.
leader, who isn't doing the thing,
He's gonna pit.
I thought for sure he was going to try to stretch it all the way to the end
Right,
of the
try to
fuel
make
run.
it,
But
because right now this puts us at lap 63, 64. That's still gonna be about
3
30 laps. Yeah, he's gonna make
yeah,
to
but if
lap
he can
130.
stretch, yeah, if he can stretch it to 130, 131, then oh
Philip
wow,
Blake just clipped him. So there is some
you may
mild.
not have appreciated how
No, it fixed it
it
pretty
went
quickly.
away. Yeah, they fixed it pretty quickly. I was gonna say if that stayed on there, but that does go to show maybe we'll chalk that up to being upset about how Al raced her earlier. And that was her first chance of being able to mediumly show it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I misjudged how to get on my pit box.
Yeah, just look at my car.
No, that wasn't a misjudgment. That was a murder, Jacob. I understand you're the victim in denial, but that was a murder, my friend.
Well, Al Bunch is chasing something that he has not yet done in Cup Series. 4
Crown jewel?
wins. Don't jinx it. Is that what you're saying?
That it's the crown jewel.
That too. It's Crown Jewel. He has yet to win a Crown Jewel event. He came so close this year at Las Vegas. Liz Shangle had topped him in a photo finish for the ages this year. We saw the closest finish between Al Bunch and her at the 777 Annual. And yeah, so Al Bunch seeking his first crown jewel win, and also his 4th consecutive win if he can get the job done here today. So he has done this once where he's won 4 straight races. It happened in Bridge to Cup. At first I thought that was an anomaly, that was like, you know, unachievable, never gonna see that happen again. Well, just a year later, Monty, my dad, ended up getting 4 straight here in Cup. And we've seen it so close in the trucks. We've had a couple drivers hit 3 in a row, but no one has ever hit in 4 in a row in the trucks yet. Doesn't mean it can't happen. It could always happen. But Al Bunch, with 3 wins back to back to back in the last 3 races this season, looking to extend it to 4 straight, potentially at one of our biggest races here tonight in the MusicFest Grand Prix. So, and I'm open to maybe giving a little bit of a commentary jinx there, because we've already taken some advantages away from Al Bunch, and yet didn't seem to slow him down. The car...
You're back, Jacob.
Already. Yeah, the car still looks stout, looks unbeatable. You wouldn't think that this car had gotten any performance disabilities. So we have made it to lap 67 here of 160. That means we've got 93 laps remaining. Mr. Bunch has led the most laps. We had a brief stint at the start of the race where Willow Blake led the first 18 laps, and it's been almost nothing but Al Bunch at the front since then. Up to second, you've got Braden Hunt in the 33. Third, you've got the 34 of Tristan Reams. So Reams, a road course ringer in his own, running top 5 right now. Another road course ringer, you've got the 85 of Brian DeBlanc. And I guess go ahead and just throw in everyone there in the top 10. It's just, you know, they're usually pretty good at road courses, and that's how they got to this point today. As you've got even Atlee Weiss in 10th, Guido Piano from Italy. He's kind of cut his teeth racing go-karts on road courses and stuff, obviously in a smaller scale, but that's where his skills have come from. Jamie Horseman, it's his first career start in the Sylvania Cup Series. He's running in 8th. And Cooper Dwight, 2-time Bridge to Cup winner, running top 10 in his first ever Cup start, running in 6th. Keen Clutchoke in 5th there. He's an ARCA regular. He has never won any race in Sigma competition yet, so top 5 at least on deck so far for that 36 team. Chaz Chadwick came up 2nd. Well, no, I take that back. His teammate, Ewan Woodarmy, came up 2nd to Atlee Weiss in the championship last year. So Chadwick, strong contender for these wins week in and week out. With that being your top 10, it's still Al Bunch out front, leading to the tune of nearly 18 seconds, the advantage. This race has definitely been flying by pretty quickly here today. We only only had 3 retirements so far, the 50 of Tim Cording, the 67 of Liz Shangle, and the 94 of Eli the Wolf. 3 decent heavy hitters that could have been in it for the win here today, but unfortunately taking up the bottom 3 spots in the running order. Of course, Al Bunch with the Limp Biscuit paint scheme there. That car looks stout out front here today. Short of 18 laps that were led by Willow Blake, Al Bunch has knocked out so many lead laps here today that led most could very well be locked up here shortly.
Might make officials take a second look at the car.
Yeah, yeah. Even after performance taken away from this 81, I don't see it any slower than what it normally is. He's still growing his lead over Braden Hunt. Here's the crazy part. Kellen Relic, who's got near identical car to his, is 16th right now. Doesn't have near the pace that his teammate, championship leader Al Bunch does. And these road courses are often the great equalizer because different skill sets factor in here. And I don't see where Al Bunch has much of a weak point. There's not really any weak links in his racecraft for the most part. He can go to a short track and win, take it to the super speedway and survive. The only thing that's unmatched is his bad luck. And no one has quite the bad luck as Al Bunch does. And I guess that's just the duality of running a full season the way we do, that you've actually got someone who's wrecked out as many times as he has had wins on the season. There was at least maybe 5 or 6 occasions where he should have had another win, and we would be looking at him pushing nearly 20 wins in a 44 race season. 42 race season, my bad. So had those races not gone, you know, terribly awry, we could be looking at a stat that no one would ever touch again. It's taken my brother 15 years to get 37 wins, 36 or 37, I can't quite remember the total. But Al Bunch has pretty much knocked out nearly half of that in one season. So, winningest driver in Sigma, better look out that there's going to be some competition for that win category. And maybe only a couple years too, you never know.
Like at this rate, we still have another, what, 6 races to go in the season? I mean, he could do it next year. He grabs 3 more this year. He grabs the other half from here.
Well, and who's to say he doesn't just win every race at the end of the season here? I mean, it's not impossible. Obviously, there's, you know, that luck factor. It seems like he's kind of gotten the monkey off his shoulders on bad luck for when it matters the most, closing out a championship. Yeah, I'll drop it for a while because I don't want to jinx Mr. Bunch. He's having a great day here
I was
so
just
far.
going to say the 90 and Tasha are fighting pretty hard there. So, we're.
lap traffic. It's something that he is going to be fretting for the rest of his career. Seems to be where things start to hit the fan for Mr. Bunch. And we are currently 5 laps away from halfway here in the 2024 running of the MusicFest Grand Prix. If any of y'all are tuning in for the first time here today, haven't missed a whole lot of action. Maybe that's an understatement. You've missed some action. Let's just say Al Bunch has led a lot of it though. Willow Blake earned her pole here today in her first career start.
How is Willow doing after the spin?
She was trying to get her lap back, racing up through the field. She's still running 30th, 1 lap down, and has positions to gain that she's racing near, so she can get up to 27th if she gets by these drivers in front of her. Damn, Al Bunch still turning almost qualifying-esque laps late into the tire run here. Times of a 54.5 is pretty fast to be this late in the run.
Well, he pitted on, I thought he pitted on 62.
Yeah, 62 or 63. So this
Yeah.
is a lengthy run on those tires, and he's still turning half a second off of his fastest time, which is impressive. Some drivers are already a full second off their fast time. Of course, some of them might be on a different strategy, but Al's definitely not seeing near the fall off that everyone else is. So honestly, he could even cut it a little short and go 50 laps on this next run, and he would pretty much be set for the rest of the race. Well, this is a little bit problematic as he's catched up to lap traffic here just past halfway, and definitely do not want to be hanging out with the squirrels here. Trying to find an opening. He's even going to try to push it
I was
through
gonna say
wide.
he's pushing really hard to try to get by them.
He's able to get by one of them for now. Wow, what an aggressive move there. Kyler Sustre just in the way there of our leader. Surprised lap traffic is not getting out of the way. I get that they're wanting to stay on the lead lap in case a caution comes out here, but Al Bunch clearly has the faster car. In all honesty, a caution would help get this race a little bit tighter for a potential upset win here. Still not sure if there's anyone that's got anything for Mr. Bunch, but you never know. Applause here for Ryan White and his first ever Cup Series start. Running top 15 like that, that's going to be a great way to end your day if you can hold on to that position. Guido Piano up into the top 10. That's a great day that he has not seen in quite a while in the Cup side of things. Jamie Horseman still holding on for a solid finish here. Cooper White, I think he's probably going to get moved up to Cup a lot sooner than most people often get moved up to Cup. Similar in ways that we saw Atlee kind of skip past Bridge to Cup. If Cooper Dwight can prove this in part-time starts for this Cup side of things, he might be up here before you know it. Brian DeBlanc still putting on a good...
Who's that behind Brian DeBlanc that you were talking about?
Cooper Dwight.
Oh, all right.
He's a two-time... I take that back. I think he's a three-time Bridge to Cup winner from this season. He joined very late, so he didn't have a shot at the points for the championship, but...
Has he picked up a ride yet?
He's actually going to be running his own team in 2024.
Oh, all right.
For at least the Bridge to Cup side of things. Yeah, as he got such a late start, he was only able to climb up to, let's see, we're at 22nd in the point standings, but with 3 Bridge to Cup wins, 9 top 5s, and 11 top 10s in only 14 starts. So he missed half the season. And this going into 2025 will be his first full-length season racing in Bridge to Cup. So definitely a bright spot on our ladder. Gonna be interesting to see what he can do. Honestly, so many of these drivers up towards our top 10 have found their way here one way or another, climbing through the ladder. Brian DeBlanc, yet to win in Cup. Well, I take that back. He won in Cup last year. My bad. I think it even surprised Brian DeBlanc a little bit when he won last year, because he didn't know he had it in him and came out victorious on a road course nonetheless for his first career Cup win. He got that win before he got him in trucks or Bridge to Cup even, so the ladder helped him get here, and he's actually proven to be more competitive in Cup than the lower rungs of the ladder. Chaz Chadwick, he is dominant in trucks. He's put on such a great show in the trucks over the last 3 years, 2.5 going on 3, and a lot of wins. He's probably, if we had to do the count, one of the winningest drivers in trucks so far, and just starting his career in Cup, getting those wins accumulated as much as he can. Clutch Oak's still very much an infant in the series. He's racing ARCA this year. Getting a little bit roughed up here by a lapped car of Tyler Aspinall. I think this might very well be one of those Cinderella stories, getting to watch Keen Clutch Oak put on a good show in his very first start, in that number 36 Toyota Supra. Tristan Reams doing it a little different next year. He's gonna switch on over to Toyota, and it's gonna be him and his wife racing on a team together. So we get to see the return of Maggie Reams.
Yay. That'll be exciting.
You're one of the OGs, so you probably remember Tim Cording racing against Maggie Reams back in the 2022 season of USA Trucks, so.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's where, like, once we get rolling with things, we can start, like, saying what happened in the before times to fill things like that. You know?
Yeah.
Like, because, like, now like, I don't remember, was Maggie in the truck series, just chilling in the truck series, or?
She took a year off. She hasn't raced since 2023.
Yeah, see, so it's one of those, well, what you been up to?
So yeah, definitely been chilling in the background. Whoa, almost three wide going through that first turn. That could have gone south quickly.
I'm thinking that, you know, if I win this, that'd be a nice chunk of change for next year. It's probably gonna be expensive to run my own team.
Yeah. Damn, AB still out front leading this.
See you later.
I see what you did there. So even though they can go 66 laps, it's not looking like they can make it 66 laps. I think the tires fall apart quicker than what the gas mileage would do for them. I think the strategists are the big factor of this race. Everyone trying to call them down pit road earlier and earlier just forces the hand of your leader, just like that. Lap 90 for Al Bunch.
Yep. All in, now there's that chance that something silly could happen on pit road. Spin the wheel.
Well, and he only
Spin the wheel, Jacob. That's a lot of cars on pit road.
He only went 27 laps on this run, so.
I don't know. I figured he'd probably go 40 to try to make it to that sweet spot where he could make it to the end.
So he's gonna have to pit at least one
He did
more
go
time.
37 laps though.
Yeah.
He did it, or 27 laps, so I guess almost 30 laps.
So the way that they're pitting.
So he did almost go half the run, anyways.
Yeah, he's like half pitting. But it's because the rest of the competition is pitting, and it forces...
Everybody else pitted, so he was like, "Why wouldn't I?"
It's foolish to stay out and go out there on slow laps. Your key is to get those fresh rubbers on and start rolling with the quick laps again.
Right, and if you're gifted with a chance when everybody comes down pit lane, then well then, thanks for the free pit stop, everyone.
Well, here we go. Here is potentially one of our first drivers on a strategy call. Chase Kovacic is not yet pitted. So let's see where his pit stops lie. If he's stretching it longer, And by golly, it looks like he's stretching it longer. He's playing the long game. Dude, from lap 66, he has not pitted since lap 66. 90 minus 66. Now I'm confused. Okay, so he pitted, Al Bunch pitted on lap 63. That's where I'm confused. With this though, he's got 3 laps advantage on Mr. Bunch. It's going to be tough to see how it exactly factors in here. If he can stretch it a little bit longer, things could get interesting here. Honestly, he needs to make it to lap 96. That's where things will get almost too easy for Kovacic to do something, because he can make it on almost one more stop. He'd be running out of fumes on the last laps though, if they're really only getting 30 laps to the fuel mileage.
Yeah, I feel like if they're gonna pit, they're probably gonna pit around lap 110. If they can make it to 120, then they'll try to push it, depending on what everybody else does. But the plan is probably around 110.
Well, I think this next stop's
I think the window opens at 110.
It's probably going to be about 93 or 94 even where he pits here. But yeah, he's going to pit here on lap 93. Yeah, I don't know. It's not 93.
I don't like that call.
66.
I don't like that call.
He went 27 laps, so problem is 93 plus 27 puts you at lap 120, and that's going to put you 40 laps short to the finish. So you're going to have to pit again on lap 147.
He could do the short stint and pit again on a lap 120, like I said.
Right.
Around lap 110, 120. I think right, your sweet, what that was the end of the pit cycle of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was saying is going to be our next window, probably 110.
Well, Braden Hunt's actually started to close the gap down a little bit on Al Bunch. Was 18 seconds, now it's down to 16.93.
15.584 for him last time by, or when he crossed the line there.
Damn, that's
was Al's?
Flirting with his fastest time of 53.
What was Al's that time?
54.6.
So he was faster.
Got lap traffic to mess with here too. Be right back. Yeah, I like what Al Bunch said there in the comments section. Great to see an old face make it to Cup. Honestly, I think when I was looking at the roster the other day for 2025, I kind of had that feeling too, because there's going to be so many OGs from when I got this thing off the ground to put into YouTube. I mean, I've been running it since 2010, but this was a great undertaking just about 2 years ago to get it, you know, prepped up for YouTube like I have. That so many of those OGs are going to be in Cup here for 2025, kind of in line with our 15th year anniversary. So it's silly season has gotten very exciting going into the next year. Alrighty, so Al Bunch is in one hell of a hornet's nest right here, as he's got some damaged cars.
Yeah, and just lap cars in general.
He's given Nate Newman everything he wants and then some. It's crazy to think that fastest lap here today belongs to Nate Newman, and he's being held up here in 23rd. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Full course caution, we will throw.
Yep. Yes, we will. And to some people, that is a blessing, and others, not so much.
Wow. We're gonna have to dissect that wreck. It looks like it was a nasty one. Dalton Scott was in it. It looks like a bunch of TRD, the entire team of TRD almost involved in that one. Wow, Atlee Weiss. No way. It's a top 10.
It's a parking lot in the final corner.
No, the 12 made a mistake there. Oh, he got turned into the.
Oh no! Oh. Oh yeah, this definitely goes into that category of injured drivers next season.
Yes, next year we are gonna kind of factor that in. That would be rated as an injury worthy wreck
Chris
there.
Harvey would definitely, unfortunately, be missing the next truck race.
Damn.
And maybe the next few.
Yeah,
Because he also got nailed by you after that, at the end of that. I think that was you. I think that was Jacob.
That's just wrong on so many levels. Why did they have to do the Toby Keith car like that? As the 78 of Cam Jordan, it looks like. Oh, and everyone else just driving through it. Alrighty.
Well, this just changed everything.
A lot of retirements here. Holy cow.
Just a reminder, Jacob, you can, just like you can take away pace laps, you can add pace laps.
Oh, I did this time.
Okay, well, it looks like your lights are out again.
Really? God dang it. So the pace laps don't work on this.
Try it again.
On road courses. Yeah, no, it's not gonna.
No, just try to send as many as you can, give them a head start.
We're gonna throw another quick caution because we need a chance to get caught back up.
You didn't actually hit enter.
No, because that would give us a weird. I'm gonna wait till the pace car stops in its box.
That's right, because if we did that, it just sends it out and it gets all weird. It still sends them green.
Yeah, if you look, I even did pace lap plus.
Yep.
And I guess that doesn't work on road courses. If you look, I went way before all the pit stops here and did 3 of them, 2 or 3 of them. Yeah, pace plus,
Yep.
pace plus. So we just got to be quick on road courses here, sadly.
Like the dumb henchmen in the TV shows that just like, okay, boss.
See, your leaders haven't even taken the restart yet. They're all the way back here. They wave the green flag for the lap traffic, and then your leaders are stuck lollygagging behind. Well, heartbreak for quite a few drivers there. It looks like retirements galore. 22 of Trevor Walker is out. The 05 of Dalton Scott. The 56 of Andre
Oh, 22
Stefan.
just retired.
Oh, yep, that's
Did you
Trevor
spend-
Walker. Yeah,
Did you wave a few of our lappers?
I tried to. I'm going to wait till they get caught back up to the pace car.
I want to make sure it's not gonna. Did the lights just go out?
No.
Oh, I was like, no shot. We haven't even like made it a lap.
I guess I got to start right here, right now.
Yeah, because they're still. Jeez.
The tough part is Tasha might go down pit road now.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like that's the double-edged sword of it. Like, that's kind of your choice, isn't it? They do have strategists still, you know.
Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay, good. She's waved around. 36 taking a pit stop here. That's going to give the lead over to Chaz Chadwick.
We have some of them that did and some of them that didn't. Tasha didn't take it, but the 77 did. But that just gives him an advantage on pit road to try to get ahead of the other lappers that either did or didn't get a chance to try to get waved around, you know?
Right.
He's at least going to get fresh rubber compared to those other wave around cars that were already a lap down and didn't get a chance to get waved. Alright, let's check to make sure the lights are on or off here. Real quick.
Hold on. Just one moment. I'm going to give everyone, at least that's on the lead group here, a wave around. That might be a hard one, the 36 so far back.
You might want to watch the 77. He's going kind of slow.
Okay, yeah, the lights are off, so we got at least 25, I think, on the lead lap here.
If not more.
So
We'll let the picker. Oh, yeah, we're going to have more.
Setting up for the restart here, it's going to be Chaz Chadwick, Guido Piano, Bradley Ream, Al Bunch. Now we've got a race on our hands. Things have tightened back up. Obviously, there's no telling if we might end up with more carnage here today, but hopefully that's less likely to be happening here now. Bradley Ream fighting Al Bunch for the 3rd position there.
Oh, looked like the 1, I think, or 42 got a nudge. Yeah, the
41 or
41 gave somebody a nudge up the hill there.
Look at his nose got crumpled. He must have hit pretty hard.
Oh, that was there before, apparently.
Yeah, but
he did
right
push
there.
the set. I'm pretty sure he pushed the 76 through there a little. No, he got pushed through there by somebody. Is that Tyler Espinal? Nope, that's the 34.
He's coming dang close to making contact with that 76 every inch
Yeah,
of
he
the
is.
track. Oh, Al Bunch settles back into third here, and he's on the rebound, it looks like. Having to deal with a
Or at
bit
least
of
trying to.
adversity. Whoa, and he drives it in there. Gives a bit of a nudge there to the 37. There we go. He's going to make a move on Guido
Question is, does he
Piano.
get 1 or 2? Neither.
Neither. Yeez. 33 of Braden Hunt.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if anything, the 33 got closer.
So 28 of Alan Taylor, the last car on the lead lap in 23rd. Kara Shangle in 22nd. Mostly everyone else 1 lap down or 2 laps down. So from there, you've got last year's winner, Louis Trost, running midfield in 21st. Just turned his fastest lap as we tuned in on him there, 54.310. So maybe the car coming to him late in the race here. Running in 20th, it's Tasha Wright. Number 30 has stayed out of trouble all day and continues to methodically work her way through the field little by little. Some of our lap down cars there is you've got Tyler Landa, Willow Blake, and even Lynn Farrell there. Heen Clutcho had to pit on this last caution, put him back to 19th as he gets by Ant Meeperson for 18th. Brian DeBlank gains a spot up to 17th there. Lucas Holmes in 16th. Seems like Monty Shangle has been the target on most drivers' front bumper here today. That car has been through a few tussles.
Well, and I think a few people have been the victim of Monty's, so
Yeah.
I think it's fair that some people gave it back.
Yeah. Kovacic still running top 15 in his series debut here. Nate Newman, fastest lap today. Starting to work his way back through the field into 13th at the moment. Braden Varga 12th. Kellen Relic 11th. Taden Bergeron a lap down in 24th. Here we got a battle for 9th as Jamie Horseman and Tristan Reams duke it out for 9th. Ryan White in 8th there. Ewan Army trying to join his teammate up the front of the field, working his way methodically through the field. But Al Bunch back up to 2nd here. How long is Chaz Chadwick going to be able to hold on to this lead?
Dang catch. Where was Willow?
25th a lap down.
Ah, okay.
Wow, Al Bunch.
He's like, can you just move?
The sheer ferocity out of that 81 team, man. You're 2023.
I don't know, man. There's something about that 81 car.
Stinks. It's got something suspicious going on. It's running on Skittle power or something. They've been able to harness Skittles and turn them into race fuel. Well, like I said, there's a lot of milestones today, and this obviously being one of them. This is going to be my last stream in my current residence as the move is starting to get more finalized. So that's where I kind of scheduled this as my last stream at my current house, and kind of, you know, I'm excited more so. It's not, I wouldn't say a bittersweet note, but it's definitely a huge milestone to say that I got to do this is my last stream at my current residence, and there's going to be many more streams to come at my new house. Kind of a brief break in the scheduling so that to adjust for any of that. Obviously, this will be the last cup race for a little while as we're going to get sorted and moved into our new house.
Heck, we might even make it to a point where we see a co-stream IRL.
Yeah, that would be cool. And it would save on the lag too if we were both sitting at the same computer screen. So hopefully I get a new computer soon. That's gonna be the next paycheck I get at my next job. It's gonna be going towards...
Next step is we both get VR headsets, and then we run NR in VR. In VR chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a different computer for that. That would be awesome, though. Wow, look at Al Bunch is checking out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The rest of
He's
the
wasting
field.
no time. He's like, I'm done. He knows he doesn't have to pit again. Thanks to that caution there. He doesn't have to pit again.
Something wrong with the 18 of Chadwick. That car looks like it fell off the side of a cliff.
Look at everybody else's lap time. What was the 33's lap time that time? Okay, let's see what these lap times are again this time.
55.6. 56.0.
Oh, wow. What was the 37s?
56.2.
Okay, I guess. But that might just be due to the track rubbering up. All that fall off there is probably due to that. Because we gotta remember everybody just pitted thanks to that caution.
Right. But just like that, Braden Hunt starting to... It 18, where... Did I looked away at my phone for a minute. The 18 must have pulled off. Did he pull off?
Must have. Yep.
Wow.
He realized the fall off he had. I think that opened the gates for everybody to get going, though.
So he continues to stay off strategy. I don't know what this means. A lot of folks already pitted prior to the restart, so I don't see
He's
that
gonna come
being...
out in front of our
He'll
leader here with
stay right
fresh
on the lead
rubber.
lap, so...
Yeah, he's gonna have fresher rubber, so. Yeah, he only fell back to 22nd, so. He might be banking on us getting another caution in the next, 50 laps. 45 laps, I guess. Coming to 45 to go anyways.
This right here could be a feel-good story. Braden Hunt had to come through the LCQ yesterday, and this is only his second career start. He was able to make a start earlier this year at the Coke 600, and so coming through the LCQ, he was the last car to transfer, so he was technically number 42C coming into today's race, and he's running P2 at the moment. A little bit of luck, maybe he could find victory here today. It's gonna require some luck, but clearly has a strong Ford Mustang GT there. Whoa, up to third, it's Cooper Dwight, another one of your heat race qualifiers making it through the field here.
I thought Cooper was working his way through there pretty well.
Jammy Horseman. So you've got 3 of your heat drivers. I think that just goes to show you that that extra set of laps on the track here definitely helped them get intel on this racetrack.
Oh yeah, I feel like that helps them every time.
Yeah, and this race definitely far from over. As you said, still 40 odd laps left to go here, and Al Bunch better be careful. Just keep on his toes here that he doesn't make any mistakes, because his advantage is not 25 seconds like it was earlier in the race. It's down to 5 seconds.
The question is the 33 closing that, or is it extending?
He's losing slightly,
Ooh.
but we might see a difference here on this lap. We'll check lap times this time by. If Al drops to a 55, and just barely above the 50, or right under the 55 range, a 54.9. Braden Hunt with a 55.1. Cooper Dwight with a 55.1.
Like I said, you never know. These big events like this always have a chance of helping you.
Check again on this lap. Braden drops off to a 55.3. Al Bunch finds the 55.0 category there on that lap. So I know that they're supposed to go 66 laps, but I'm almost anticipating that they're going to cut it down the middle again at about 30 laps into the run.
I don't know, because we had that caution and a bunch of people came down, so we might see them try to finish it out this time. Oh.
True, because yeah, why not stay out there if you know you've got the gas and just try to ice track it around the road course with what tires you have left at the end. It might get kind of sketchy, and you never know. There might be someone that comes down pit road for fresh tires and mounts a late race charge, a lot like the 34 there of Tristan Reams, who at one point was running in the top 10. He's out here now. He's probably going to get by Al Bunch pretty quickly on fresh tires. There you go. Chase Kovacic pitted too, it looks like. So I think I almost anticipated that there was going to be pit stops, and there we have a small group that made some pit stops here. Last time that Kovacic was on pit road, man, they are sticking to their guns on strategy call. About 27 laps.
Yeah.
They actually they didn't let they didn't let the cautions determine their pit stops, which is still kind of.
Well, yeah, that's weird. That's a really weird choice by everybody.
All in the meantime, Al Bunch is going to stay out there because he just pitted on the last caution.
Well, and he's the leader, so there's no reason for him not to try to stretch it out there, especially when he knows he's the fastest.
When was he on pit road? Lap 98, just a few laps later. Damn, I really don't get strategy calls. Because if it's going to be the way it's looking like, Al Bunch will have to pit again on lap 125. Which would put him at pitting on lap 152 with 8 laps to go. Hopefully they don't stick to that gun. They need to get off that strategy call. But that's why we run these races on the road course, for the shock moments that looks like might be setting up again here today. Oh, Tasha's pitting on lap 121. I'm not opposed to that.
13th? Pitting from 13th, I think, roughly. I thought I saw her in frame earlier. I was wondering, I was going to ask you where she was at, but I never got a chance there.
Yeah, it looks like maybe from about 15th that she made that pit stop, perhaps. Oh, Willow Blake almost trying to take out the 43 there. Yeah, for the most part, I am stoked at, the mile mark we're on right now in our Sigma Cup Series. Our Sigma Series as a server, there's a lot of growth, a lot of new faces. Sounds like even after today, maybe we'll have maybe 3 more people interested. I some of my coworkers that were talking to me saying that this sounds like fun and that they want to join up and hop in the servers, so plenty more people to join in on the fun going forward here in 2025. I guess make a statement on State of the Union for Sigma Series. I would say we're sitting pretty spiffy right now. So
I feel like we're comfy where we're at. I feel like we have room for. I feel like we have room for expansion, but it's also like, it's kind of like we need a few more people first, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or at least we need to find ways to get people more talkative.
Well, and I feel like our universe is pretty well established. That those that do contribute a lot, I mean, I do what little I do to try and make the cars race better for those that are active on the server. Well, somehow, across the ratings and the upgrades and the earnings and all of that, everyone that is more active on the server ultimately does better on track, which it's almost like a scale of its own. I don't know how to measure that scale, but I am more than happy with the scale the way it is right now, because everyone that contributes, it almost is a perfect trade-off to how they run on track. Wouldn't you say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Crazy how it works. I mean, it's awesome how it works that way. I do feel like going into
Is this
2025,
fight for position or lap?
lap traffic.
Okay.
So the fresher tires here, since those folks pitted, and Al's actually stretching it longer here. So he's actually doing what we've been saying, try to go to lap, you know, deeper in the run. If he can make it to lap 133, he'll be fine with one more pit stop.
Well, and I wonder if he's not trying to wait it out and see if one of these two can get by him, or if both of them can even get by him before he tries to pit. Because if these two can get by him, he has plenty of room to just kind of chill out and wait and slow down. I mean, we are coming to 30 to go here soon, so...
There you go. Yeah, he's going to let the 34 by. Fresher tires obviously prevails there. We know that Tasha just recently pitted, so she's going to have the advantage on fresher tires here. .41 of Cooper Dwight now up to second. So it seems that Braden Hunt pitted, and that could be a game changer here today. The longer that Al Bunch stays out,
We could see a world where if things roll the right way, maybe Braden Hunt, or sorry, maybe Braden Hunt and maybe even like Tasha Wright might have a chance to come in and fight.
right. Well, and there's Cooper Dwight. He pits the next lap. But at the tail end of that, it's still Al Bunch. He is not pitted, so. Where is he? Whoa, yeah, Al Bunch still hanging on. Wow. Okay, so he's gone 30 laps already since his last pit stop. So this is the longest we've seen someone run on a given run. Al Bunch has proven that obviously it's not about the gas, it's about the tires. That's why everyone has been pitting so much lately. It's all one big game of chess. And finally, we're getting to see someone go past the 27 lap mark as Al Bunch has hit 30. I think he's happy with his car even at 30 laps run. It's slowed way down. He's down to 55.6 second lap.
Yeah, but how far is second place?
They since pitted, so the next person in second place is Jamie Horseman. 12
He's
seconds
10
back.
seconds, 11, yeah, 12 seconds back. Jeez. He's got time to just roll, especially when if he has the fuel.
He's almost got a free pit stop now if he wanted to take it.
Exactly. And the longer he waits and the more people that pit, the bigger that gap gets.
But you think about it, those that have fresher tires are gaining maybe 2, maybe 3 seconds on him right now. Let's
The
look at
gamble.
Braden Hunt. 55.7 for Al Bunch. 55.7 versus a 54.4. So he's already cut off 1.5 seconds on this last lap alone from Al Bunch.
That's the gamble, but also that can. Ah, crap. I
It
forgot
can
what I was
go
gonna say
both
there.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah, it can go both ways. Like, that's a little bit of the gamble. Like, yeah, he can still gain time, but Al's at the point where he can just roll through the corners and take it real easy. But that also means people are trying to get by him, and they're in a hurry. Time's running out to gain spots. Pay window's open, and he's slowing down to try to make it to the end. And it might bite him. You never know. But also, you gotta remember, he does have that get out of jail free card with the distance it is back to him. It's not like Jam is gaining any time, so it really is reliant on how fast the cars that pitted before
Right
can get
there.
through.
That's a huge move. Willow Blake just gets her lap back. Huge. If we get a late race caution, she is back
She might have a
on
chance.
the lead lap.
Just like that, she has a chance.
At one point, swimming through the kitty litter here today. She's
Earlier
back.
leading at 18 laps.
Oh wow, she's only back 1 lap down. I didn't realize that there's 3 cars on 1 lap down now, including Willow Blake. So she's still got 1 more lap to go. But we would give the wave round if there were a late race caution. And who knows, maybe Willow Blake's done for pit stops. We can do a quick cycle through the laps here and see when she was last on pit road. Oh wow. That's why she went 2 laps down. She pitted on lap 125. She should be clear to go to the finish.
Oh yeah, she's definitely gonna be good to the finish. She's trying to get her other lap back now to get back on the lead lap, but she's at least in a comfortable spot where, like you said, if we get a late race caution, she's gonna get that lap back.
Well, and if Al Bunch does happen to have to pit, Willow Blake's going to gain all this time up on Al Bunch. Wow, Kellen Relic has worked his way up to 3rd. Chaz Chadwick in 4th.
Yeah, like I said, I think Al's just riding.
Or rolling. Because he's in the Limp Bizkit car. Tough audience. Did you get the reference?
No, sorry. What did you say?
Or he's rolling.
Oh, jeez.
Gotta give it to the Limp Bizkit car there.
Yeah. Jeez. Joe Roll car thought about putting Al out.
Yep, this is definitely a hard part for someone that's led so many laps as being that slow. There he goes.
Al's in.
He was tired of being so slow here at the end. He wants to get some fresh Hoosiers on that number 81 and get some fast laps put down.
And now he's done.
So he went 36 laps, which that is the longest we've seen anyone here today make it work. 79 pits. Chaz Chadwick might very well just jump around to the lead here, depending on how long this pit stop.
He is going to.
So Al Bunch with fresher tires, we'll see if this advantage helps him. He's gonna come out in 4th. Fifth.
Nope. I was gonna say, no, 5th. So, this should get interesting. Hopefully these guys don't pit, so Al can't, you know, just roll right back in the first.
Right.
Oh, Al Bunch felt back to, yeah, 5th. Oh, weird. Thought that said 6th.
It was probably just recycling there. Great run for Ryan White there. Cooper Dwight. Braden Varga. Wow, in 10th place, Ant Me Person. That's going to be almost a, probably a highest finish that he's had this year. So I want to go back and look at where Willow Blake is now. She's in 24th, right on the last car a lap down, or the first car 1 lap down. So she didn't quite get both her laps back here, but she's sitting better than what she would have been sitting from earlier. Not too earlier in the race here. Now, Bradley Ream under attack. Obviously, Al Bunch with the fresher tires here going to make the move on Ream. From 1 Busch champion to Bridge to Cup champion. Both of them back-to-back, well, defending and the previous Bridge to Cup champion. 2023 was Sylvania Busch Light Series. Al Bunch won it. Then the name transitioned to the Bridge to Cup Series, and it was Mr. Ream getting it done this year. So it's kind of nice when things like that line up on the racing circuits.
Oh yeah, that kind of thing is always nice when it lines up the right way.
Whoa, here we got some battles for the lead. Braden Hunt gets by Guido Piano, and now on the attack here, Chaz Chadwick. Chadwick has to pit. Not going to have what it's got to go to the finish here, as we're down to 21 laps left in the event here today. Looking in the background, you can see Al Bunch just slowly hounding him like a shark in the background. But between our top 2 drivers right now, this would be one of those MusicFest moments if we could have a surprise winner like Braden Hunt or Guido Piano that could somehow sneak this one out here. They're obviously going to have their hands full with Al Bunch in a few short laps. Is Hunt going to have enough defense to keep the 81 behind him? Or is Al Bunch just going to have too good of tires to let them stay in front of him for too long? Wow, he just turned a 54.194, just shy of his fastest lap today. That time was not much slower, 54.2.
I was gonna say I thought this was gonna be a tight race at the end, but I don't think so.
Braden Hunt's got to get by the lap traffic here. That could be huge and keeping the advantage on the 81. If they can get lap traffic between him and Al Bunch, that would help significantly because Al Bunch just blows by the 37 here. This time by, it's going to be 19 laps to go. And I fully anticipate that Braden Hunt is 0-37 after he realized that Al Bunch got by him. That's when he decided time to come down pit road and take my loss with some fresh tires. Braden Hunt, he's not going to let this 81 by very easily. I think he's going to drive a very wide row in front of him, keeping him behind as much as he can.
I wonder if the traffic will be able to help Braden Hunt keep Al Bunch behind him.
It's almost looking like it could set up like that. I'm thinking Al Bunch's car is starting to hit a little bit of fall off here. The fall off seems to come pretty quickly. And then they kind of find almost like a plateau before falling off again for another second off of the speed. But it's crazy to think that this is a race right now between a driver that this could mean the whole world to win the race here today for Braden Hunt.
Could mean a chance at an actual full seat.
Yeah. This is, or rather just a hum ho, another day at the office for Al Bunch. This is a tricky part of the track to make the pass.
Yeah,
Whoa,
I think.
whoa.
Oh! I didn't like the way that glitched out there.
Yeah,
that looked real bad.
I want to see if the glitch is saved. How bad was it? Wow, he cut him off, dude.
It was. Yeah, he tried to cut him and he said, "Nah."
This angle's a little bit better. Yeah,
Oh yeah, he chopped him hard.
Took the wind off that front bumper. We got to keep our eyes on this battle. This, like I said, battle between, game-changing win for your career or adding another win in the column for a very dominant driver on the season.
He is all but pushing Braden Hunt.
Yeah, now he's going to get the inside line here on Braden Hunt again. Braden's going to block.
Oh, he's got the run still.
Oh, we have got ourselves a race here, folks. Have you ever, at least in NR2003, have you ever, I don't think I've ever seen this kind of a race materialize before.
Oh man, I don't. This is pretty good.
Oh, that's a big power move from Al Bunch, making the move that early. That might be all she wrote for Braden Hunt.
We'll have to wait and see what the lap traffic has to say.
71 coming back onto the racing line here. passover maneuver.
Oh, here he goes to the inside.
It's game on. I don't like the odds of Braden Hunt getting back by the 81 now that Bunch got past him, especially with 15 laps left to go. Bunch has probably about that in lap advantage or tire advantage, at least probably 15 laps better tires. But there is a whole slew of lap traffic just in front of that 81. Al Bunch gets by and turns a 54.6. Braden Hunt just about a whole second off with a 55.5. But with great speed comes great responsibility. And now Al Bunch,
he's gonna have to find a way to make it through all this lap traffic without causing a problem for himself or having a problem go wrong in front of him.
wow. Yeah, I think his lap time just took a hit there. This might actually give Braden Hunt the faster lap this time. That was a 55.2 for Al Bunch. 55.5, so Braden's still just a tail slower.
Al having to take the wide line is definitely not gonna help him any.
He's going to kind of try to bulldoze his way through now. Gets the 28 rooted out of the way. Braden
How many
Hunt's
laps to go we got, Jacob?
Down to 15 laps left in the race. Tasha coming back off pit road there. So there's some other drivers trying to play the long.
I feel like for some drivers, they have to think this was still a good showing for me. This was, even mid-pack is still a good showing for me out of how many people were trying to get in here.
Well, and you almost got to factor in too, some of these drivers, the opportunity to pit, they might be looking at the front of the field and think Al Bunch is going to get in a wreck and take out, you know, your top 3 drivers. If I get some fresh tires, I could be making quick laps with 15 to go here and possibly still have a shot at getting into a win, you know, lucking into one. But the laps clicking away rapidly. We were 15 just a minute ago. I was looking at the wrong car. That was a couple laps down. We're down to 11.
Yeah, we're quickly approaching 10 laps to go.
Got to give Braden credit for taking the off strategy.
Still trying to put up a fight.
And for the first time ever, we're going to have 2 Bradens in the top 5, perhaps. If Braden Varga can hold on, that would make Braden and Braden 2nd and 5th.
I like the fact that they're both driving yellow Audis. That checks.
Those two right there, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's Cooper. Yeah, Cooper Dwight. But no, I got what you were saying. Actually, since it's no big secret, and I'll obviously congratulate him now. Braden Hunt giving JSR a great running here today. we were able to put together a great machine for that 33, and I'm glad to see it paying off for Mr. Hunt. May not be a winning drive, but it's definitely a great drive. So second place is a win in my books if you're one of the drivers that had to come through the heat races. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. Gosh, I'm making a move on. Yeah.
that's for position.
Yep, that's what I was trying to. Oh, she has that fresh rubber, so.
She could get up to 20th here if she goes and fights it up with Kovacic. Well, shoot, commentaries jinx and everything. It doesn't seem like anything is going to phase Al Bunch. He's got immunity to the commentary jinx, apparently, as he still found a way to get back to the front with 8 laps to go now. We're gonna be over right in time. You said you had to be gone at 3:30, and
Yeah, I'm watching my Uber. We're all right.
yeah,
We're all right. I might have to dash here in a minute. I'm watching. It doesn't take far for us to get to where we gotta meet our Uber. So.
Well, I'm stoked that you got. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I figured I'd wait till there was 5 minutes. I still got another 10, so I figured we'd probably end up at 155 when I walked away, so.
Still, I appreciate it, dude. You didn't have to, but you're over there in Vegas right now and have your laptop with you, and you came along to call the big race, so.
Nah, man, I gotta give a shout out to Tasha. She let me bring her laptop instead of mine.
Oh, nice.
So, thankfully, I didn't have to worry about my laptop actually taking a crap on me while I was out here. So this has been a good race.
You know, besides the point that it's been dominated by Al Bunch, it's definitely opened up my eyes and maybe some other folks' eyes to some of the talent that's on display for, you know, other drivers. Braden Hunt, Tasha. I mean, Tasha survived some of the most crazy wrecks here today.
She almost drove her way through the heat. She won the LCQ. Or, no, finished second in the LCQ. Did she win the LCQ or
Yeah, she won
second?
the LCQ. She just drove away from everyone.
Yeah. And then she won the LCQ. So, she's one of those drivers that, like I was talking about, some drivers, you gotta think about a top 20 is a pretty good result, all in all. If you had to drive your way through the heat and then drive your way through the LCQ, finishing mid-pack is not bad. You were ranked 41st through 43rd on the track, on the field.
Right.
So,
gotta give a slow golf clap here for Louis Trost. It's been a tough and trying year for this 2019. And to still show up kind of in defense mode here to try and keep his crown at the MusicFest Grand Prix. Top 15, he's going to come home with one of his better finishes on the season here this year. His best finish was an 8th on a road course earlier this year, so he's got a little bit more skills when it comes to this road course racing, it seems. Alrighty, 5 laps remaining for Al Bunch. His lead has stretched out to nearly 9 seconds over Braden Hunt.
all right, Jacob, when we get the 4 to go here, I'm gonna bid y'all farewell.
Yes, thank you so
I
much,
can
my man.
get to my Uber. This has been a fantastic race. I'm hoping for a caution so somebody can maybe steal this away from Al. Love you, Al, but 4 races in a row is too many, bud. Um, haters gotta hate. Love you. Um, but all right, I will step away now and let you enjoy the rest of the race, Jacob.
Alrighty, have a fun weekend in Vegas, my dude. Enjoy
I will,
the
man.
NASCAR
I'll
Cup
snap
race.
some pictures and post them in Motorsports.
Cool.
So, later, y'all.
Later. So all but a formality at this point. Braden Hunt still holding on for second, but he has hit the wall on tire degradation. That 33 car dropping more and more from our leader. At this point, just hoping to hold on to second because he's got Cooper Dwight maybe trying to close up and take over second place. Braden Hunt makes up a spot here. Braden Hunt up to fourth. No telling if there's some drivers that may pit here in the last couple laps. I know that it was looking bleak on a few teams that they make it all the way to the finish. Jamie Horseman, your heat winner from yesterday, with a solid top 10 run here. Looks like he might close it out in 6th or 7th, depending on the competition around him. Keen Clutchoke with a good solid top 10. Lucas Holmes. Louis Trost just shy of a top 10 with a top 15 at the moment. .158 of 160. Al Bunch. Pretty much can just coast for the rest of the race here. This has been more than a storybook season for Al Bunch. He's been putting records, laying it out there on the line every week in that number 81 Jaguar. He set single season record last month, getting to 10 wins in a season. Well, he hasn't stopped there. After getting his 10th win, he also got his 11th win and his 12th win. And that's what stretch we're on right now, is his 3-race win streak, where he broke not only the single season record, but he's also trying to get 4 in a row. Sigma officials found fault with the car, decided to take away those adjustments from them, deeming it as an unfair advantage. But the team, even with those modifications disallowed, the height, ride height, no longer able to be modified to the extent that they were getting out of it. Al Bunch proves that even when they're throwing rules and regulations at their team, he can still take it to them. White flag waving, 1 lap to go. All he's got to do is make it around this 1.497 mile road course one more time here today, and he's going to collect one of the most prestigious wins to his career. We might even start looking at the point standings after this race tonight, and if it's going to be enough for him to tie up the championship with 5 or 4 races left in the season. Coming around the last set of turns here in Australia. Last time here this weekend, we're going to see Al Bunch roar down the front stretch. He's going to collect win number 13. Make it 4 in a row for the kid. Al Bunch on a tear gets the win here in the 2024 MusicFest Grand Prix. What a race. Have a day, kid. The chat says we should take another look at the car. Officials obviously didn't. I'm sure this car is going to be scrutinized after the last 3 races where they found it to be unfair advantage, but if there's still an unfair advantage after today, I don't know what to say. That, I think part of that is actually driver and not as much the vehicle after a while. Al Bunch has been on a monumental tear. He adds a record that he earned in Bridge to Cup just a year ago, now into the Cup side of things. So he has gone 4 in a row on 2 steps of the ladder. This one matters a lot more because it's the top step of that ladder. It's going to take another lap or 2 for the rest of our drivers to get all finished, as so many drivers got trapped a lap down here today. Tasha just comes up short of a top 20 finish, coming home 21st. Right in the mid-pack, so not half bad for your series debut. But for the most part, this race was a huge success. The track was amazing, the racing was stellar, and I'm excited to see racing action at this venue again sometime in the future. Lakeside gave us some of the best racing, maybe even potential for Race of the Year honors with how much strategy was panning out there. But for the last time, I am going to be signing out of my current living situation. It's the last race hosted at the Scale House. It's a big milestone, as this race was definitely going out on a bang with one of the best races that we've seen in a while. Six races left in this 2024 campaign, and after today, Al Bunch just made it that much harder for anyone else to have even a fighting chance to take the championship away from him.
Greg, did you have any?
How fitting too to have the driver that's featured on the thumbnail for this video to win the race. I mean, that's something too. That's crazy. Yep, bye to the old house, on to the new. Thanks for everyone tuning in. This truly made this one of a kind event of the season something to behold. We'll definitely have more like it in the future. This is just another page, another chapter in the chronicled history of Sigma Racing. So thanks again, James, for hopping in and helping on the stream there. I mean, that's above and beyond for someone that's on vacation like that right now to come in and help call the race. You did awesome, and there's often going to be more opportunities for more duo commentary going forward as well. So Al Bunch, 13th win of the season, 4 in a row. Hell, we might be looking at the next race in the season on the edge of our chairs, anticipating 5 in a row. Unheard of, never done before, but Al Bunch could seriously pull that off. So with that, I guess that's a wrap for tonight. The 2024 rendition of the MusicFest Grand Prix has concluded. Congratulations, Al Bunch, and everyone else, all 77 drivers that signed up for the event. Unfortunately, all fell short. Unfortunately, didn't get to make the main event, but still got to contribute to the spectacle that is our race here that we have built up to be such a grandeur event. So have a good night, everyone. Stay safe out there. It's going to be a while before you hear my voice again, as in the midst of our move. And keep your ears peeled on the server. There's going to be a bittersweet announcement coming up. I don't know if everyone's prepared for, but like I said, just approach it with unity and support, as it's meant to be, as us a community can do, is just support and unify together. So have a good night, everyone. See you in the next stream. This is Jakester signing out.